Hello, welcome back to I have been forced to create this content against my will because I am a product of capitalism. Looking very orange today, aren't I? That's because that bulb has broken and I haven't replaced it. Yeah. The point of I have been forced to create this content against my will because I'm a product of capitalism is to look back on creative projects from the past. It's hard to look back on ones from the future. Look back at old creative projects and talk about what went wrong, what didn't, why did it succeed, why did it not succeed. That's not true. The point of this series is to keep my channel's YouTube monetization going, even though I sort of don't want to be making content. The worst thing that could happen is that this series gets popular. Anyway, today we're talking about an abject failure, which is a bit of fun. I've got a bunch of photos I want to show you. Which is all that is left from this. Created November 2021. We're going back a few years here. In November 2021, I wrote a series of sketches. I think it's probably fair to say co-wrote with Laura and Ben from Conversation Hat. We wrote a bunch of sketches that were going to be recorded at our local pub. That was the plan. And actually, we succeeded in filming them, but we lost the files. Well, actually, no, they're here. They're in this hard drive. There they are. They won't come out though. They straight up refuse to acknowledge they exist, which is very helpful. Thank you, Seagate. Back in the day when storage was an expensive problem, I mean, storage is still an expensive problem. Back in the day, the solution to that was to have just piles upon piles of Seagate portable hard drives. And then we had two break in a very short period of time. We were able to recover files from one of them, which was, I think, music project files, like my stuff. And the other was this Conversation Hat drive. So we lost this sketch and we lost a bunch of other stuff. I took the files home after we recorded it. I think I actually waited a couple of days. I think I checked over the footage just to make sure it was, fine and not corrupt. I didn't think about it for a couple of days. Then I came to move the files somewhere, and somehow in that duplication process, something happened, and the file transfer stopped. So nothing was copied. But the original hard drive just broke. I was quoted, I think, £600 to recover those files. So, one day, maybe, if I'm desperate for a tax write-off, we could do that, I suppose. Right now, I'm probably not going to do that. So we have, after this, altered our file transfer procedures quite significantly. But this is the sort of thing that could still happen sometimes. Let me show you some photos. So we had two sketches that were essentially the same idea, but from different points of view. So from the customer perspective, we had, here are the 10 kinds of people that work in your pub. And then from the pub staff point of view, here are the 10 kinds of people that drink in your pub. That was the idea. So we had a few ideas. That's just Ben. You can see we changed the name of the pub to Welcome to the Pub. Yep. I think that's just Ben looking at the script. This was Ben, I think, dressed as a magician. Maybe. Yes, because we got him to go paint on a moustache, which is what he's doing here. Apparently we have a photo of that. So the trick was that he would make like a playing card appear in the pint. That was the bit. There's me looking great. That's him psychically determining what your code is. I don't remember. This is like 4 or 5 years ago that I wrote these. I don't remember what any of the jokes were. I do remember this one. This is Ben putting a condom over the top of a pump. Good stuff. Really good stuff. This is me, Ben, and Kyle having a conversation. Kyle was the landlord of the pub at that time. That's me looking sus. That's me doing a caricature of Ben for some reason. Not sure why. That's me trying to, like, suck his ear or something. This was a bit about, like, hipster bars. It was similar to the idea that, like, you can't just order a burger anymore. It has to arrive on a spade, and plates have disappeared. This was our take on that. It's a sausage with a cocktail umbrella in it, in some ice. I think he shook up the sausage in a cocktail shaker, and then poured it into the gin glass. That's Kyle. The bit here is that he just kept pouring. So, like, I think the entire bottle of wine just went on the floor. It's very funny. That Sai, I can't remember what bit he was doing. It was maybe something to do with a really specific ale that doesn't exist. That's me and Sai listening back to audio. That's the Tascam audio recorder that would eventually also break. Good stuff. I've got a red bit on my arm. Anyway. That's Sai listening to audio as well. This is my favourite character of all time. I was playing a gross guy. Mission accomplished. I was playing a gross guy who ordered an egg cress shandy, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's an egg and cress sandwich topped up with lemonade. Because that's what a shandy is. Egg cress shandy. It didn't taste bad. It just tasted of egg, cress, and lemonade. I also got to play a child, which is why I'm on the floor. The joke here was something about a father buying his son their first pint, and I asked Sai, who is my dad, why mum died or something. Is very, very funny. That's all the photos we have, or that's all the photos I'm prepared to share anyway. Yep. So what lessons have we learned? Don't underspend on your hard drives. If you can afford a camera that records to simultaneous SD cards, then do that. Yes. Build contingencies into your contingencies. Always keep a backup. Never delete anything from the SD card ever. I have been forced to create this content against my will because I'm a product of capitalism. Thanks for hanging out. Go away.